right, so it's music time. We're back, episode 30 Within Range podcast. Don Juan, Jared Suter, and the Ear God. Gotta start, I think, with Everyone's a Jimi album. I think the most recent body of work. But Runner's High obviously has to be. I feel like it's only right we talk about Runner's High first.
Shout out Pilot as well.
Shouts out Pilot Flying.
Yeah, man, that's
Yes,
our
sir.
boy. Pilot's been with us for a minute, but it just sounded fun. I just kind of want to hear about the experience. Like, were y'all two in the studio together? Just talk about how that one kind of came together, if you could.
Yeah, so Pilot was one of the first friends that I had when I moved to Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was like one of the first people that I met who he worked at Nature's Medicine. It was a dispensary that was like right up by you guys know, it's like right around the corner. And so I seen him a couple times, and then he gave me one of his stickers one day. He was like, I'm a musician. Tap
We
in.
have, I think, my stickers over there.
It's one of those little
Going on
holographic
the
ones, like
computer.
the shiny ones.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, that's literally that one. Yeah. So
Yeah, for sure.
So he gave me that. I found him on IG, and basically every person that he fucked with, I would fuck with, because I was like, Pilot's good people. I'll just add them. That's how I met Vance. That's how I met all the DDI boys, Hippie,
Nice.
Doozy,
Okay, yeah. Shout out DDI.
Pretty, all of them. Literally, like everybody, like in the circles that I fuck with, basically started with Pilot, and so. That song in particular kind of happened. I had the song made for a while. Like, I had the hook, I had the verse, and I had a second verse written, but it wasn't that good. Keep it real, it just wasn't it. And so it was just an open, and I was trying to like put that album together. I was like, bro, I'm just trying to put these songs together, make this release happen. And there was that open, but I knew I wanted that song, and so Pilot was just at the house one day, and I have a studio at my house, and I was just like, bro, do you want to like try something on this open? He was like, yeah. So went for it, snapped. It was like first take. It was great.
Oh, shit.
I loved what he did. As always, I mean, bro, so suave, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and that's kind of what that track needed, was a little bit of like aggressiveness with suave to it. And yeah, bro slid on it, and I knew as soon as he laid it down, I was like, yeah, that's what the track needed. That was finished. It was one of the last things that was done on the album,
wow.
to be honest. So
It's a cool concept for a song too. If I get it, it's like the runner's high is like it's embracing the grind, enjoying the grind. It's like the high you get from just like, you know what, I'm enjoying the process now. Like, you can't stop someone when they're at that point because they're enjoying the painful part. Like, that's cool.
It kind of, I think that song too is like a reflection of. So I was living in Radford, Virginia at the time. Like I talked about, like before I came to Phoenix earlier, I was living in Virginia. I was in Radford. It was like 20 minutes from Virginia Tech, but it was a little tiny college town. And so when pandemic broke out, barely anybody lived in that town in general, other than like college people. So when all the staff and faculty and students were all gone, it was a ghost town. And I was running, bro, because I loved running around that small town when there was like nobody there. And there were a lot of late nights that like, it was when I was working on like the first record that I was making. There were a lot of like super late nights where I was feeling, again, like going through a quarter life crisis. Like I felt kind of despondent. I was making the music and I felt satisfied, but I was still going through those emotions of like, even if you've got something special, everyone I feel like goes through some doubts of like, not this might not work, but like I gotta make this work, bro, because if it doesn't work, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like running was one of those places where all that stuff kind of got quiet in my head.
Yeah.
But I also had some time to reflect on it. It's very meditative. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
And
Okay.
100%.
Nice.
And so
It's a
for
good
me, I would get like 10 minutes into the run and I'd be like, bro, this shit burns. But once you get through that and you get to the runner's high, it's like, this is what it is, bro. It still hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
But,
I ran
but
track and cross country in high school. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, dude, I was so bad at cross country at first, and then I realized like there was a point where it's just you just burst through that initial like
hurt.
this sucks, and then
Yeah.
you're done, dude. You're just numb. You can run for an hour,
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah, you do a marathon. I'll be slow, but I'll get it done. You know,
yeah,
You
those
just
shin
go numb.
splints,
Yeah,
they'll come for you later. But bro, right now you good.
yeah, the shit
Yeah.
splits. That's
Good,
hit
bro.
me too, dude. Yeah.
That's where that song came from, though, bro. And shouts out Pilot. Like I had no idea what he was gonna come. Until it happened, I didn't know that it was gonna happen. It wasn't something that we had talked about.
organic.
It just happened very naturally, and bro slid. So
Nice.
shouts out Pilot.
Dope, man.
Don't try.
I know you got some more tracks on that album.
Oh, dude, yeah, 50-50. I thought that was cool, man.
Yeah.
So like,
That was
Yeah, I really-
special.
I like that one too.
yeah, dude, 50-50
that
was
one's special.
cool. And I feel like that one really embodied kind of what I was saying, where I feel like you fill a unique lane where it's like there's different takes on hip hop now at this point for sure. It's like if at first everyone would, like white rapper want to be Eminem, but like not anymore. There's like a wide variety out there now, and so you definitely have a cool lane where it's like you're definitely hip hop, indie rock, but like I said, you topically talk about some country stuff. And 50/50 is a good example of that. How'd that one come about? And I mean, kind of, I guess, based on life experience, we know. But
100% life experience. Because again, like being from North Carolina, I think especially Eastern North Carolina, there's a lot of people who I've talked to who like said from back home that's like their favorite song, particularly because it's like a very common thing of like. So my dad's from West Virginia. My family on his side was like super country, bro. Like super country. Nice. I ain't gonna call them hillbillies.
Some Hank Williams Senior.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. And so in the cut, like trot lining on a new river, catching catfish, fucking grilling it. Yeah, so
I like a trot line.
You know what I'm saying. You know what's up with that, bro.
Tie a trot line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know what's going on, brother. But no. So for me, it's like. My cousins would always make fun of me for being like a city boy, but I'm like, I'm not a city boy. Like I live on a fucking farm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, awesome. But it's like, but then all my people like, and there was a lot of time where when I was growing up, even people in North Carolina would like occasionally make fun of my accent because it was a lot thicker when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And so there was definitely like a time there where people would make fun of that shit. And I was like, you know what? It used to bother me, but it is who I am, bro. I'm a half city, I'm half country. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff in that. And also shouts out Blue Money Checo, my dog, bro. Sure. His verse made that song, bro. It's like, after he slid, I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do now. Like, that shit's kind of gas. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to top that.
Sure, but you did your thing too, man.
That verse, I feel like I really like laid it all out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that I said in that verse is like 100% true. And I don't even need to rehash it, but it's like at the end of the day, I think that song is really special because it is really like genuine. It's like I feel like I'm 50-50. And that song organically, like a lot of songs just popped in my head one day. I put it down, and the first person that I sent it to was like, yo, this is us. This is the one. This is us. It's like, yo, this is us.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, that one's good.
Nah, I appreciate y'all, man.
I'm down, man. What about Road Up from Reno? So the lights in casinos.
Hell yeah.
That shit was cool, man. It had a great.
I've rolled into Reno a few times. My dad used to go up there all the time, and yeah, dude, it's actually a good city to drive into when you're there with the sun.
Never been.
Yeah, dude, Reno's fun, dude.
Yeah, it is. I've always wanted to do a trip.
It's not all Reno 911.
No, it's
cool.
Yeah,
is that where the inspiration, I'm assuming, came from?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhat. I thought it just sounded cool. Like it was. It just sounded like a cool line. It was a cool image.
Yeah.
But the thing, actually, to be real, San Diego inspired it more than anything. And to be honest, the song that kind of inspired that to happen was that Raw Wave song called December, where they sample Hank Williams Jr. And what I did was I was like, bro, it wasn't even that I wanted to do something exactly like that. I just really liked how it was like they took a sample of that style, pitched it up, and then changed it into something else. So the sample that's at the beginning of that song is myself. I just like recorded myself and then pitched it up.
About that.
Yeah, it's me.
That's cool.
But it's just I use the same thing Frank Ocean did. He sampled himself on Blonde a lot. And so I just kind of experimented with that. I really liked what happened with it. And I talked a lot about my first love on that song.
Yeah,
that's like the main topic of that one is Mary Lives in the City Now is about the same person. And so
okay. We were gonna get to that.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about that one from the first, but yeah, it's about the same person.
Wow.
And so yes, it's just a lot of topical stuff of like whenever I'm trying to write in that vein, I like go back to memories or feelings that I had with like a certain individual or like a certain time in my life. And Reno, I love. That's probably one of my favorite ones, bro. And literally stuff like smoking for the first time by the river on your birthday. That's like real shit. Like we really smoked for the first time that she'd ever smoked weed, like by this river in Rocky Mount at Battle Park, the Tar River. And it was on her birthday, and I remember us finding this little alcove, and bro, we were like nervous as fuck, like waiting for people to come around and shit. But
scary times.
A lot of real lines in that, bro. Shouts out to her for the influence. But Road Out from Reno.
Dude,
saw the
dope,
lights in
man.
casino.
Well, and a theme I feel like with a lot of your music, man, is you're not afraid to tap into your emotions, bro. Like which I feel like some people might feel like insecure about that, but it's like you're you're making dope music, but you're putting some emotion in some of your shit, man. That's deep.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, why would I hide, bro?
Yeah.
Why would I
No,
hide?
dude.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you said too, you talked about, people don't know you, right? So like you're literally in your music, if you listen to it, you're like, wow, this dude's going deep.
Yeah,
dope.
I'd rather like tell people like who I am and let them know, like, I don't like the
Let 'em
idea,
guess.
that someday there might be someone who thinks they know me better than they do because of my music. But I mean, I'm not really too concerned about that. It's just I'm just trying to create. You know what I mean? But,
That's cool, man.
Last,
I had
go
a-
ahead.
Actually, I had a question for you, Greg.
here we go.
You seem like a very creative person, and you seem to be very tapped in, not only within yourself emotionally, but you kind of learned how to let the creative side of you and like the real life person really coexist. What leads the music more, your life experiences or the creativity of it?
Bro, your questions are crazy good, bro. You snapping with the
Sniper.
questions.
That's what I'm
He's a
saying,
sniper,
dude.
bro.
I snap.
He keeps everyone within range.
Yo,
Sorry, I had to give my own self a bomb drop.
Yeah.
man, I think it's honestly like it's 50-50, bro. Like I feel like there's a part of me that loves to create music just because like I love sound. I'm in love with sound. Like I like dissonant music. I've listened to some noise music that I've really fucked with. Like I just love the idea that there's like different vibrations and combinations of vibrations, and that I know how to organize them in a way that's pleasant to myself, where it's like there's different things that I want to do, music that I want to hear that hasn't been made yet, that I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do, like, because I want to hear that. But then at the same time, my personal experiences make me me, and the music stuff wouldn't happen without that. And so especially like when you talk about lyricism, it's like there is some level, it's like you want to write stuff that people relate to, but I feel more so if you're just like organic and you tell your own story, then people will just relate to it, because we really relate to each other anyways. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Lot
part of
more
the
than we
human
think.
condition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure. Yeah.
So
See that.
I feel like it's a little bit, it's a lot of both, to be honest. I feel like there's a lot of just the general desire to create music, and then it intersects at some point with like my personal life and my need to express myself and to, cathartically get out the buildup of like feelings and stories. And, I'm sure there's some kind of like subconscious ego part that plays into it of like, oh, I want to be able to hear my story. But, I don't really try to think about it too deeply. Like, I just love it. I enjoy it. And I feel like it's really just an intersection of those two things on like a 50-50 basis. I can't say that one really plays more into my creative process than the other.
Nice.
I asked this to a lot of producers, whichever one you feel like is the leader of your creativity. I always ask them, what do they get excited? What gets them excited more? So I'm going to ask you the same question. Like, what gets you excited more? Is it when you make beats, or is it when you're actually writing and recording?
Writing and recording. Yeah, when the song comes together, I feel like, because the thing is that I wouldn't really call myself a producer, and I've started to kind of tell more people this. Like, I had a long time where people would hit me up for beats, and I've told people it's like I don't really make beats, I write songs. And there's always an intention behind me like creating a base of sound with drums and strings and stuff like that, what you would call a beat, where it's like the intention, my end goal is to create a song. But there's points where I'll get to something and I'm like, this isn't me. Like, this is not a Greg Mack song. Like, this is not going to be like a good foundation for what, when I hear the song, like I would think of myself, I guess, if that makes sense. And so,
Yeah, of course. It seems like you could only soundtrack yourself, because if you feel like if you're not one instrument with the music that you're actually making, it just feels incomplete. So at that point, you're like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel authentic to you.
it doesn't. And that's the thing, is like I tell people, like, if you want a beat, I have stuff that I've made that I didn't use that I planned on using, but just know like I can't say that you can hit me up and be like, give me a tight beat, because I'm like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make somebody a tight beat. Now, like, if the price is right, we can make something happen. But it's like I'd rather invest my creative energy and time into just doing what I want to do. And if the vibe is there from beginning to end, from me having the melody vocally that pops in my head, or the chords that pop in my head, picking up the guitar, figuring out what the chords are, figuring out if it's a good sound for my voice, I'll lay a demo down. And there's a lot of times where I'll like make a song and it's just not right for me. But, you know, And I gotta say, like, with that being said, I definitely feel more like I get fulfilled with the songwriting aspect of things, like creating the final body of work with the lyrics, with the vocals, because I like to tell stories. I like to, again, get through that cathartic piece of expressing myself. And I can do that with music, but I feel like sometimes I just need words. Most of the time, I just need words. So I do express myself in part with the instruments, but there's a bigger part of that where it's just like I'm just trying to create a vibe for the lyrics or song idea that I might have. So it's like I'm creating the tone, I'm setting the tone with the instruments that I lay down, and then I'm using that tone to like emphasize the story that I'm creating with the lyrics.
Okay.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
that. I fuck with that.
Oh yeah. What else? What other songs?
I was gonna call out All Nighter. I like that one
Me
because I
too.
feel like that's a fun one.
Fun
It's
one.
like
It's fun.
it was like a low key, like little like city boy kind of vibe to it, but it was
it's just
fun.
fun,
Yeah, it was
bro.
just good fun.
I wrote
vibe. yeah.
good kickback house party vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
For that
That's
one.
what it is, bro.
Yeah,
It's just like, you know, little references, lots of sexual references and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just, it's
yeah,
just
but
like
it was like
a
it was
good
yeah, it was
song.
a fun one, just a banger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's all. That was the intention,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
when I thought
You
of
just
the,
throw it on.
I had the lead guitar. It sounds like the fucking Full House theme song, and I was like, bro, this is,
That's funny.
I was like, this
That's
is
fun.
this is hard. I'm
That's
just gonna,
hilarious,
It's
yeah.
just territory I hadn't heard tapped into. It's
Yeah,
just like I'm
yeah.
gonna fucking try this, and
was
if
cool,
it
man.
works, it works. If it first time I really did it was on Off to the Races, and you know that's not even on the album. It was just a single, but it was like. I was like, fuck it, it's cool.
Yeah.
it was cool. So I just kept doing it, kept playing with it, and then All Nighter happened. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
This
Hell
is
yeah,
fun.
hell
Cool
yeah.
one, man.
Locals Only, another good one. How'd that one come to be? What's the
Shouts
story
out.
on that?
Locals Only, LO, Gang for Life. So Locals Only, when I lived in Rocky Mount, probably from like 2009, 2010 to like 2000 forever. There's like 30 of us that we were just friends. And we would spray paint like this logo that we came up with. We'd spray paint it like everywhere. And it got to the point where the police department of Rocky Mount recognized us as a gang. And it wasn't even like we were like doing no crazy shit. Like, you know, we were busting some jugs and like, you know, hitting a couple legs. We weren't doing no crazy shit, getting like shootouts and
gang.
shit like that. But they identified us as a gang to the point where one of us, Judy, was on the yearbook committee at school. And the teacher who ran the yearbook committee came to her and he was like, hey, like, I know you and your friends are in this group. Like, you guys cannot say anything about Locals Only in the yearbook. Well, of course, we all fucking did.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll go
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh,
Because she
no.
was on the committee. She was just like, I'm going to let
Yeah.
it go. Like, what's he going to do? I'm about to graduate. Like,
Yeah.
is he going to take my diploma?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck no. So, yeah, Locals Only was like a group of like 30 of us. We were always together all the time. Always going swimming at this swimming hole we called the Elephant Hole.
Cool.
There was just like lots
Swinging
of good
through the
memories,
trees
bro.
Like gorilla smoking glue.
Like gorilla smoking glue, bro. And look,
yeah.
Heath Cat, Wiz, Jamal, David, Ubi, has been like these are people who are still in my life, bro. Like to this
That's
day.
awesome.
And that song was like a long time in the making, bro. Because I love all those people to fucking death. And it's like
Yeah, hell yeah.
that song really felt like a homage. And you know, in that first verse, it's like from the perspective of like somebody who's back home, like talking to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like. And that was inspired
that.
by like a real person who's like got a daughter that's about to turn 8, and it's crazy to think like just yesterday we were in the gang like fucking and now they've got like an 8-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
what the
Comes
fuck?
at you quick.
Yeah, and you know it's not everybody can be like pursuing what we're pursuing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like to have people in my life who were like gang back then and to this day like and forever. It's like they'll still support me no matter what. Like. We're singing songs when it was just when I didn't have shit, when it wasn't anything going on. We were just in FL making
Yeah.
goofy ass hooks up like
Yeah, you
So,
talk about that. Yeah, for
so
sure. It's
That
awesome.
song, that song is mad special, bro. That's probably my favorite one sound wise on the album.
Yeah?
I feel
Okay.
like that's the
That's
one that
cool.
I can put in front of like anybody, and they'll be like, "Yeah, this is hard."
It's definitely it's up there. I don't know. It's a tough pick though because there's a lot of vibes on there, dude. Another one was writing on the wall, and that one for me jumped out. Something we talked about on the break a little bit, so I'm glad we can bring it up here. Influences for you. I definitely get like a Just Mike vibe from a lot of tracks,
Yeah.
dude, and it sounds like that's someone
Yeah,
you're
shouts
into.
out
yeah?
Mike. Shouts
Yeah.
out Mike. Just on
Jared
a lot
put
of
me up.
levels.
Yeah, he's dope.
Bro's
dude.
a super. I call him White Drake, but bro's a superstar, bro. Like
Yeah.
I fuck with his music. I fuck with his vibe. It's very simple. It's very
Independent too.
and yeah, and definitely has some influence as far as just like taking a step back and like enjoying things.
Yeah.
That song was like, I didn't want to make that whole song, you know, like super, because I'm never trying to copy anybody's vibe.
Yeah, for
But-
sure. But
like
still be
having
inspired.
using that ability to like, using that sound to like basically point in the direction of like having a good vibe while still saying it's like having that anxiety. Like that song's about anxiety, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I see this shit coming. I done seen it before.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like people talk about was it like paranoia? It only takes like one time of you being right to like make it all worth it.
Wow,
And so you know what I'm saying? And that's that kind of stuck with me from when I was younger. So it's like
Yeah.
I try to find the positives in it, you know what I'm saying? Like towards the end of the song, you gotta let that shit come, let that shit go. Like you let it come as it comes, let it go as it goes. And it's like that's kind of that Mike shit. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, for
and
sure.
all them boys like just living a life where it's like accept who you are as like a country person, but also like all your other influences. And also like know that it's not corny to look deep. Like it's not corny to like look into like the depths of what it means to be a man and like
Yeah.
without it being like a weird conversation.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So like
Wow.
lots of stuff like that and songs like that have the musical influence, but they also have like the influence of like life lessons and stuff like that.
For
like
sure,
leave
dude.
people with questions and answers, you know?
Yeah. When you know what I
Oh,
know.
bro. Sick.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Dude, we want to get into Death Valley Summers.
Let's do it, man.
Death Valley Summers.
Yeah, man, the mixtape, right? There's a
Yeah.
mixtape.
Yeah.
So my favorite song definitely was "World on My Shoulders." And dude, you had a lot of funny lines in that song, dude. So one of them though was "I can't help it, yeah, I smoke too much weed. Then I would clock in for free if my job was blowing tree." And I was like, "Yo, ain't
Yeah.
that the truth, bro?" Like,
Fat. I would clock in for free if my job was blowing tree.
you know, so
If my
yeah.
job was kicking back, if my job was having drinks, if my job was throwing parties at
Pretty
the
good.
university.
What Billy Currington say? I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it's crazy that you picked that up. I do try to throw in some like
Yeah,
jokes
man.
every now
Well,
and
and
then.
it was
you know
a
what I'm
different
saying?
vibe because I listened to Jimi first, and then I went to Death Valley Summers. But obviously, I did it backwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, that just showed I feel like a different personality for you, I guess, on the track. So it was cool, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of one of the things that I want to do with every project is like approach it differently, like have a different
Yeah.
vibe but still be myself.
Absolutely.
And I
That's
feel like
dope.
Death Valley Summers, that whole project was produced by this dude named Manio. I didn't produce any of that. It was all this dude Nelson Manio. I found his beats on YouTube, and they only had like a couple hundred views, like 1,000 views, 2,000 views at the time. He's like very small at the time. And I was like, bro, like I fuck with all this dude's beats. And he was doing, they were like Bon Iver type beat, Taylor Swift type beat, Frank Ocean type beat. And I was
Taylor
just like,
Swift type.
yeah,
dude.
I was
That's
just like,
sick.
what the hell? And so I was
Was
like,
that
yo.
the algorithm, or did you search that?
No, the algorithm came up, bro, and I was like, "What on earth?" So I eventually just went through them, and I got a bunch that I really liked, and I was like, "I'm just gonna try to like experiment with the sound," and that's why that mixtape is so like chill, is because all of his stuff is like very relaxed. I added some drums to stuff like "World on My Shoulders." I added all the drums to that. It originally didn't have any drums, but I like that sample so much. I was like, "Bro, this is a hard song." I want
Hell yeah.
I was like, "I want this," but.
Different vibes because you go from like a song like that then to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that was dope.
You know?
Yeah, that was
Puerto
dope. I saw
Rico.
it.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto
I was like,
Rico,
talking
bro.
about
You
seeing
gotta,
a little
you
lady.
gotta say it because they,
Puerto Rico.
yeah, you
You
gotta
say
make
it
it more
right.
like a L than an R, bro,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they be doing that.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can't even do it right, but
Yeah,
hey, I'm not a
Puerto.
Boricua, bro, or Boricua. I don't even know, bro. But yeah, Puerto Rico. That's a true story too, bro.
Is it? Okay,
True
I
story.
wondered.
I was
I
18
wondered.
years old. My aunt, shouts out Aunt Raven, the one who put me on all the
yeah,
music
the
when I was a
music
kid.
tip, yeah.
Yeah, she has her own business. She does very well for herself, and so whenever she has the opportunity, she like looks out for the family, flies us, takes us on vacations and shit like
Hell
that.
yeah.
That's cool.
And so when I was 18, she flew. I might have been 17, bro, to be honest. But
Okay.
she flew me out to Puerto Rico. I had never flown before. Like I never fucking
first
flown.
time flying.
First time
And
flying.
he's
Going to Puerto Rico.
Rico.
Yo,
Damn.
that shit
Nice.
was lit.
That's
And,
crazy.
Yo, I'm telling you, that was like one of the best times of my life. Every piece of that story is true, bro. Like got into some mess when I was young, bro. So yeah, that was literally one of the best times of my life, and it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. I've heard it's a lot different since the recent hurricanes and stuff have hit, which makes me hella sad. But you know, there's still the opportunity for tourism, still the opportunity to invest in that local community. So if you've ever want to go to Puerto Rico, now's the time.
Nice.
But nah, yeah, bro, I really fuck with that trip. I really fuck with that song.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
to throw in some different vibes, bro.
It was definitely different.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Ja
Yeah,
Rule.
man. No, Mary in the City. We kind of already talked about, dude.
Yeah.
That was the main one I had to hit off.
Yeah.
That.
He was singing on that one.
Dude.
I was like, what?
Dude.
Because I remember we were
Yeah.
DMing. I was like, he DM'd me
is
as I'm
coding
listening to
crazy.
that song. I was like, actually, I was like, this is the song I'm listening to. He's like, a lot of people. You said you get a lot of feedback on that.
I
one, right?
do, bro. That's a lot of people's favorite song from the mixtape. And it's crazy because a lot of the people who've said that are like harder rappers and artists and shit like that who made like super hard music. They'll be like, bro, that Mary Lives in the City shit's crazy. I'm like, bro.
You were
People
singing
like
on
that.
that.
They
one.
like the switch up, dude.
Yeah, that kind of vibe is a lot more of what the next album, Black Magic, is gonna be like. A lot
Black
more of that.
Magic.
Black Magic.
good segue.
Any time frame for when
Yeah.
that may be dropping?
Definitely end of the year, probably like fall, maybe.
Nice,
I would
okay.
say. We're getting kind of everything together in advance for this one, because Everyone's a Jimmy happened pretty quickly, and then this one, I've already got all the material ready. We're just getting it mixed, getting it mastered properly, and then having all the videos and the content in advance, like doing the
Nice,
promotional
dude.
run in
That's
advance.
awesome.
So that's gonna be that, and like I said, it's a lot more singing. It's a lot more like R&B influence. I would say a lot more like Frank, a lot more Mac, Joji,
Greg Weekend.
Weekend. Honestly, Weekend. But also like SWV.
Oh, wow.
Anita Baker. A lot of
Wow.
like
Anita Baker.
some like 70s,
Bro, didn't
80s,
she
like late
sing the
70s,
national
80s
anthem?
influence.
I think so.
At that football game.
Yo, Anita.
I won't say that. It was.
Hey, that's my girl.
It
bro.
was a
Come
little
on,
rough,
bro.
dude. That was.
Hey.
I saw the football players looking at each other, dude.
Yeah.
It was.
Hey,
It
man.
was tough, man. I think turn my headphones
Everybody's got
up
a bad
little
day.
bit, dude. Yeah, that was a bad
Everybody's
day
got
at
a
the
bad
office.
day.
And you know what? That was okay. She was standing with the Niners, dude. It was just
Even
a bad
Mariah
day at
had
the
a
office
bad
for
day,
them.
bro. Everybody remember Mariah's
Oh,
bad
she
day.
walked off, dude. Yeah, she walked off. Yeah, she got all pissed too. Yeah, that was a bad
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So everybody has a bad day, but yeah, no. Anita was one of my mom's favorite artists, actually.
Anita's awesome.
Anita
No,
Baker,
she is
bro,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, no, not hating on Anita Baker.
Nah,
Believe me,
the
not at all.
album
But I was just
Rapture-
saying.
The album Rapture was like a big influence on me sonically, for sure.
Is that
yeah.
what is it, Sweet Love or something? Or what?
Yeah,
okay, that
Sweet
whole thing, yeah.
Love, Caught Up in the Rapture.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
bro, you know what's up?
A
You know
little
what's
bit, yeah. I know Anita. I know a little Anita, dude. Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Yes, that's the one, dude. Dude, that's up there with Pony, dude. Some things
Oh,
been
yeah.
done, but it predates it. That was
Yes.
like the people committing the Pony atrocities were like the children of the Sweet
That was
Love
the pregame.
generation. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And a lot more D'Angelo influence on the next album
Dude,
too.
second
bro.
time you mentioned D'Angelo,
I-
man. That's a
that's a dom.
unique that's a
That's
unique
my
find,
fucking
man.
dog,
Let
bro.
me go deep, deep.
Hey, bro, D'Angelo, I feel like is slept on. Like everybody,
Oh, dude, he is.
Voodoo is generally regarded as like the greatest neo soul record of all time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
D'Angelo's up there. Though.
D'Angelo's up there, but like even Brown Sugar,
Oh, wait, hold-
Black Messiah, all those records are fire, bro.
Dude, you just brought up neo soul. Is Maxwell considered neo soul?
I would consider Maxwell neo
Okay,
soul.
listen. If we're on this quick tip right now, Maxwell to me is like he should be at the top, bro. His woman's work.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, he's got so many great songs. I know my dad was
Pretty
a big,
Wings.
My dad was a big
Yeah.
R&B guy, and he was a big Maxwell dude. And like, I mean, listen to those songs when I was a kid. I still play them, and like,
Maxwell
it makes me
is
feel a certain
goated.
way, bro.
I love this.
Goated. Yeah, that was part of the
know what I'm
reason
bumping
I've
on
like
the way home.
dude, I'm telling you, get
yo,
some
like the
Maxwell.
whole it's like Greg Max, but the whole name was originally Gregor Maxwell. And so it was like part of me was like, I could go by Greg Maxwell, bro, but I feel like I gotta show some respect to the
Thank
goat and
you,
leave it
bro.
alone, bro.
That's the real
But no,
shit.
I really, really fuck with Maxwell,
Maxwell's
bro.
dope.
That's
He's
awesome.
Jared, I'll put you out of some
Okay,
Maxwell.
hell yeah.
I feel like the whole idea of like being able to be aggressive while still being like sweet and sultry is like massive, bro. It's a hard thing, bro. Usher is like, you can't sit there as a man, look me in the eyes, and not be like, you wouldn't rock some fucking Usher, bro. But that shit is
Oh,
still
dude.
sultry as
Burn on
Usher?
full blast in the car by yourself.
Confessions?
Dude.
bro over here looking like what's his name from the Boondocks, the lawyer.
Boondocks, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Is that
I
the
don't
Cartoon
know.
Network show?
Oh,
it's
why am I
like-
blanking on his name? But
Dulce or something.
Tom,
Tom?
bro, have you never seen where Tom? Bro, you got to look that up, bro. Classic Boondocks moment where Tom he sings the whole song, bro.
that's
It's like
awesome.
it's like a music video that's playing in his head, bro. It's him and his bro. It is classic,
That's
bro.
awesome. I love
Dude,
that.
but when
Yeah.
you listen to Maxwell, bro, like I've always admired singers, especially R&B, because bro, like hitting those notes, and then to me, if you can sing and play the piano, when it comes to the women,
no,
it's
that's
game
crazy.
over.
Yeah.
But like Maxwell will hit these notes, and it's like it's incredible, man. So
Yeah.
shout out to Maxwell. All right, boys. I say we. Do you want to go right into part 3?
Yeah, we could do it. We could do it
Drew?
for
Yeah,
five, so
well,
how-
y'all was
yes,
talking about part 3, man.
Yeah, so
but
we got a
did something
segue.
special,
So,
man.
no, not something, nothing too crazy, but we always.
This is a
we're-
new,
we're a new thing we're doing this.
Yeah,
season.
this is a
Okay.
new venture this year.
Okay.
We're
so.
trying to cater at least the third part to the guest, and so the Jimmy's a big vibe, like big thing with you, big theme.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went through a few situations because, like I said, if there's a Jimmy, there has to be the anti-Jimmy. So there has to be some things, like some situations that are just not just like indicative of someone being a Jimmy. So I thought we might go through a few situations. You're just gonna let me know if one's a Jimmy or not.
Jimmy
okay?
or not Jimmy?
It's a Jimmy or not. Okay.
To Jimmy or not to Jimmy?
Some of these situations may or may not be familiar. Some may not
I'm
be.
intrigued.
But situation 5. Individual A is across the room from a female companion at a kickback. She says she's down to dip shit, and individual 5 is with that. Is that Jimmy activity?
That's big Jimmy activity.
Is that big Jimmy activity?
You have to dip though.
You got dip, though.
If
She's down to
if
dip
she's
shit.
trying to dip, shit, I'm with that. Like you
Okay.
gotta, you know what I'm saying? But there's obviously other circumstances surrounding that. But as long as you do what James Bond would do, that's big Jimmy shit.
Okay, I like
All right,
that. That's a
fair
good
enough.
answer. I had a feeling that would be a Jimmy move.
Respectable.
All right, situation 4. Individual 4 has been bedridden for years. Suddenly, when his grandson reveals that he's won an all-expense-paid trip to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, he's mysteriously able to walk again and attends the tour completely well. Is that the activity of a Jimmy? Or would that be an anti-Jimmy?
No, that's anti-Jimmy.
That's
cap.
anti-Jimmy
He's-
behavior,
He
right?
stole that fucking opportunity from his
Man.
fucking grandparent, bro. They should have gone.
Unbelievable.
They
dude.
should have gone. Bro said,
Unbelievable.
I'm
Jimmy
good.
would not do
That's
that,
cap.
right? Yeah.
No.
So get
no,
that
that's
straight. Grandpa
cap,
Joe,
bro.
not a Jimmy. No.
Grandpa
no.
Joe is not
Not
a
a
Jimmy,
Jimmy, dude. No.
No, Grandpa.
That
By
was
all
very
due
clear.
respect,
Dick.
That was
bro.
extremely
By all due
clear, dude.
respect.
That was extremely
Hey, my
clear.
boy, an asshole.
All right. Okay.
Shit.
Let's see. Situation 3.
All right.
Suspect is at the lake swinging through the trees like gorillas smoking glue. Is that something that Jimmy would do? We already kind of gave that one away, but is that Jimmy behavior?
I feel like, look,
Could a non-Jimmy do that though? Is that the problem?
they could, but they wouldn't be swinging like a gorilla smoking glue. They would be swinging like a not gorilla smoking,
like an
not
orangutan
glue.
drinking orange juice.
Orangutan.
you know
Like
what I'm
a
saying?
orangutan
Yeah.
drinking orange juice, bro. Like,
like that.
with a pinky up, like with one pinky up, bro. Like not even, you know what I'm saying?
SpongeBob changed a generation with
Yo.
that.
He
did.
The when in
Oh,
doubt,
yeah.
pinky out,
Bro.
man. That really did, dude. That defined fancy.
Pinkies up, bro. You are not lying. Yeah, I feel like that's it could be Jimmy activity, but it really depends, bro.
It depends. Okay.
It really
if there's
depends.
a trot line involved, almost guaranteed then. Or is that not?
I think that's kind of distancing it from it, bro. 'cause
Don't-
Most of the people, hey, look, most
Jimi
of the
Hendrix
people,
wasn't laying down
most
a
of the
trot line.
people,
That's pretty fair.
most of the people that I've met in my life that lay trot lines are not the type of people who are Jimmys.
Or trying to dip shit at the kickback.
They're not trying to dip shit at the kickback, bro.
Okay, see, that's we're figuring out the.
They're
Venn
trying to
diagram.
we're
dip
learning.
Figuring
shit
it
at
out.
the kickback.
I knew this would
You
be
know
a
what
good
I'm saying,
exercise.
buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's not exactly. I'm not trying to hang with them folks. I'm trying to be no Jimmys, but we can be brother cousins.
Okay. We'll
No,
figure that
no.
one out. This segment brought to you by 23andMe. All right. Situation 2. The individual in question is waiting in line for a cruelty and conflict-free non-GMO vegan muffin, worried about being late for the Orange Theory fitness class.
Wait. Do that one slower. One more time.
They're
That's a tongue
waiting
twister.
in line for their cruelty and conflict-free
Okay.
non-GMO vegan muffin, worried about being late for their Orange Theory fitness class. Is that something a Jimmy's doing?
I would hope not, dude. Please tell me.
Bro, if that's you, relax.
That's not me. It's not me. I'm
no,
wondering.
you.
No.
If
Oh,
that's
yeah.
you watching
You.
this right now,
You.
need to fucking relax. Okay, everyone's a Jimmy.
That's an expensive
but you
muffin.
ain't doing it right.
And you know there's not a plastic straw in the building.
Yo,
Not anywhere.
yo, they say it's biodegradable. It's biodegrading in my drink, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
true that, bro.
We went to San Diego recently, and we checked out in the grocery store, and then you do the self checkout, and it's like, "Would you like to buy any bags?" And I was like, "Would I like to buy a fucking bag? No, I would not. But I'm not carrying this out with my arms." So
Yeah.
we're
Bro
gonna,
said-
we've come to a junction, and I'm gonna give you the 15 cents back, but fuck you. That one pissed me off, dude. Yeah.
I remember I was in San Diego.
People
in
think
January,
that don't
bro.
People think that don't California my Arizona things are so aggressive. No, that's exactly what they're talking about. Do
yeah,
not
it's
make
true.
me pay 15 cents for my
Yeah.
fucking bag. All right, sorry, that was too much of a rant.
That was
I'm in-
awesome.
Nah,
we
bro,
love
you're
the
good.
state.
San Diego's got some characters.
I love
bro.
it though. It's one of my
Great
favorite
place.
places.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
I
like
love
when I
it.
go back, and that's not a California thing. It's not a San Diego, but I just was like, man, I bought a week's worth of groceries. Like, yeah, no, we're gonna go
Straight.
ahead and get the bags. Okay, situation number one.
Drew, can we get a
Last
drum roll
one,
for this
last
one?
one.
Drew, is there?
The suspected Jimmy is hanging out the roof of an '01 Max while blunts are allegedly being rolled in the back. Is the suspect in question to Jimmy?
First of all, fuck the police. The blunts was getting rolled in the back. Secondly, that's definitely Jimmy,
Jimmy,
bro.
okay,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely Jimmy behavior,
We
bro.
felt like we'd narrow it down with that one. That
Yeah.
one really summed it up. There.
Bro, I'm telling you, rolling through the streets, bro. 12 was out, and we just out the sunroof. Just fuck it. We got blunts in the back, bro. We drinking
Is it the Maxima? Is
open
it 01
container,
Max?
and, bro.
In the
Gold
Maxima?
01 Max.
People don't know
SC.
that the Maxima's got, they got the big one in that too. Dude, those are fast. I used to rent one for
Bro,
work.
did
you?
Yeah, it was fast. Dude.
For like those size cars, bro. It's like a fucking.
It's like a 300 horsepower V6.
Yeah,
I
it's
think?
325.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah,
it's a
big boy,
325
dude.
V6, bro.
It's
Them
beefy.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Bro, my
they tear
BMW
those
is
up,
only
dude.
like my BMW is only like 230.
Yeah, they
And I mean, granted, it's like a
It's
hell
about
of
how it
more
puts it down.
torque.
No, just kidding.
Yo, hey, look, I be putting that
is,
thing
yeah.
down in the streets, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Well,
I
that was
missed that
fun.
Maxima, bro.
I think we got to the bottom of it. I think I have a good idea. I
Yeah.
think I could. If you asked me to pick one out of a lineup, I could.
You could definitely
Question
pick a
or
Jimmy
two.
out
I
of a
think we can do
lineup,
it. All
bro.
right, we got him,
We
man.
got the mold of it. Jimmy
Success.
Drew, can we get
Got the
applause for
stamp.
that?
We got the
please?
stamp.
We know
Bro,
what a Jimmy
shouts
is.
out everyone's a Jimmy, bro. Shouts out you. Shouts out me. Shouts out you, mom and daddy, for making you, bro. I'm proud of them, bro. You a fucking gift from God. You an angel. You should kiss yourself. You beautiful.
Well, man, hey, let's end on a good note, Greg Max, man. I know you actually got some openings coming up and some performances, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gotta throw the names out. Ronnie DeJohn, shout out Ronnie DeJohn.
Shouts out.
Shout
We
out
got him
Ronnie
coming
DeJohn.
on this
Who's on
season.
my folks with him.
2023, he was just on our folks, man. Shout out him, and then Merkham's.
Yeah, opening for
No big
Merkham's
deal,
tomorrow.
Yeah, no big
That's
deal.
tomorrow. Yeah, we opening for, but not just Merkham's, bro. We got De La Prime and we got Paparazzi Poe. So,
I don't know. Sorry,
shouts-
forgive me. I don't know who those dudes are.
Bro.
But if they're rolling with Merkham's, I'm sure they're
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah, nah, definitely. If I'm sure this will not be out by then, but look, bro, yeah, Merkham's, De La Prime, Paparazzi Poe. We got a lot of other artists tomorrow too. We got Eric Gray, we got Eli Bands. There's
Eli
a lot
Bands, let's
of
go.
people performing. Yes, sir.
Dope, bro.
So AZ Way Too Active. Shouts out AZ Way Too Active. It's always a great time. We sold out the first show. The second show we did super well at. This show we're anticipating to sell out again. So yeah, bro, I'm excited for tomorrow. So shouts out Merkham's. I've not met bro yet, but it's like, again, just been bouncing around all the Venn diagrams
dope.
and shit.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
He's Arizona's like biggest artist right now. You could argue.
Yeah,
You know.
I
so-
fuck with
agrees.
bro so heavy.
Yeah.
I remember like the first thing I noticed about him was his attitude, bro, and I was like, that's right.
He's from New
dog.
York.
He's not even, and it's like crazy, bro, because it is part of like the New York thing, but also just like him as a person. Generally, I respect the fuck out of him because he
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, he's
when that
awesome.
whole situation happened with just like how he addressed the situation with the Funk Flex is like, there's a lot of people that I feel like would have handled that in a situation where it would have been like, like why are we doing this? But the way he handled it, I was like, yo, that was respect.
Yeah.
And honestly, I saw that before I even heard his music. And then once I listened to his music, it all made sense. I was like, bro respects the fuck out of himself.
Yeah,
and that,
yeah.
that's it is what is it. So it's honestly no surprise that he's doing what he's doing right now and putting it down.
sure.
But also, shouts out Paparazzi Poe. He's got his EP dropping in 2 days, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
I'm featured on that.
Nice.
Help
Nice,
write some
okay.
of that. And then, bro, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Me and Eli Bands actually have a collaborative project that's coming out.
Let's go.
7 songs that's coming out spring, I believe, spring or summer. And so that's gonna be really dope, man. That's I'm gonna be honest. Like I've made a lot of songs with a lot of people, but
Max
it-
Bands, dude.
Yo,
Oh,
Max
Max
Bands.
Bands.
We were.
Max
It's called The
Bands.
Time Is Now.
Time is
The
now.
time
I
is
like
now,
Max
yeah.
Bands. I like that.
And so that again also happened really organically. We just wanted to make one song together, and then I kept showing him beats and kept showing him beats, and he was like, "Let's do something to that. Let's do
Kept
something."
feeding the beast, dude. I love it.
So yeah, I've got that coming up, and then again, the 10th opening up for Ronnie DeJohn, at the
He's
Nile
dope,
Coffee
bro.
House.
Yeah,
We
super
like Ronnie a
dope,
lot.
dude.
Yes, that last album he put out was so fucking crazy. Love is real. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying? And I listened, me and him had a conversation, bro. I had to listen to that album for like 2-3 weeks to really digest it before I went to him.
Feel that.
And when y'all hear I'll send it to you. When you guys hear Black Magic, it's super conceptual. And for me, a lot of times, Everyone's a Jimi was a big departure from my usual recipe because I usually have like a concept and like a big idea.
Yeah.
I've never done something like Everyone's a Jimi where it's just like the songs are just for fun. Everyone's a Jimi. There's some general ties about myself, but there's no real concept. But the first time that I heard Ronnie's music, I was like, bro, like I really fuck with you just because on a conceptual level, like he's really putting it down conceptually. That whole album, the different moods of love and everything he brought it, I fucked with heavy. And then another artist I got to show love to real quick, Indie Clouds. I don't know if y'all have listened to Indie.
Pilots talked about Indie Clouds.
Yes, bro. Indie Clouds she's insane. Her and Carmen McKell, bro, like
Really?
they are both insane, bro. Like I met both of them at Ronnie's album release show actually.
Wow.
And both of their music, bro. I remember I had Karma send me some songs. And she sent this to me and she was like, oh, I need some help with this. I need some help with that. And I opened the song. I was like, bro, this is the craziest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. I was like, bro, I'm telling y'all wouldn't believe it, bro. Like, and then Indy, of course, like I'm sure you guys have heard Pilot talk about her, bro.
Yeah.
She has her own way, bro. Her voice is incredible. Her topics are incredible. And she's just one of those artists that I feel like people need to start talking about more, bro, because she's insane. I listen to her music all the fucking time, bro. She's crazy. And then, of course, shouts out Mavericks. Shouts out all the fucking homies at DDI. Bro, shouts out all the fucking homies at Tall Cat Studios. My boy Cherry Hill. My boy Eric Gray. Y'all go fuck with all these local Arizona artists, bro, because I'm telling you, like I said earlier, things are happening. And, like, different sounds are coming out of here that's not coming out anywhere else. So, please tap in with us. Please fuck with us. Please show us some love. And we promise we're going to show you love back. So, yeah, bro. I really
Can't say it
appreciate
better
y'all
than
boys
that.
for everything,
We
man.
appreciate
I
you,
appreciate
man.
y'all.
Thank
for
you,
real.
bro. No, man,
Thank
it's
that,
cool, and it's finally, we made it happen to bring you on, man. It was meant to be. We were just waiting to set a date,
Absolutely.
and we appreciate you rocking with us, vibing with us throughout our journey,
From the
man.
jump,
so,
dude.
yeah, you've been
Nah,
with us.
I can't wait to see where it goes, man. Y'all only going up.
Appreciate
bro.
that, man. Likewise for you, dude.
It's grown, brodies. Hey, y'all.
Good stuff, man.
Go follow the fucking channel. Have you hit subscribe yet?
Yeah.
Have you
Let's
hit
go.
the
What
bell
are you
yet?
doing?
Have
What
you
are you
liked
doing
the
if you
video
haven't?
yet? Go follow Within Range Podcast on all platforms. Go follow me at Greg Max, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on everything. Go follow me, YouTube, Spotify.
Jimmy World merch coming too. you
Jimmy
said?
World
World
merch is
merch,
coming
that's
soon.
right. Good
Yeah,
bro.
shouts out Loading Experiment helping me out with the merch. My boy David. So yeah, bro. Shouts out to
Cooking,
y'all.
dude.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting me. Go fuck with the music. Go follow me. I'd love to tap in with y'all. I'd love to have a conversation with you, and I know these boys would as well. So yeah, keep on living. Keep on being a Jimmy. Keep on loving yourself. Be a creative revolutionary no matter what it is you out there doing. Go make it happen. You got a dream. If you're not doing today what you need to do to get where you're trying to go tomorrow, then you're never gonna get there. Make it happen,
We're gonna
bro.
run through a brick wall,
Let's
dude. Let's
go,
go.
bro.
I
Make
can't
it
end on a
happen.
better note than that. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah, episode 30.
DJ,
Greg Max.
play that.
It's in the books.
Yeah, Dave hanging out the roof for that 01 Max. Whizzing Heath Cat, rolling up some blunts in the bag. We'll be chilling in between them with a cold one crack. About to hit the swimming hole with the locals attached. Swinging off the trees like gorilla smoking glue. Just a day.